All right. Hey, how's everybody doing out there in podcast land and Facebook world? Here we are, time for another episode of Things My Mother Never Told Me. Tanya, say hey.
Hi, everybody out there on our Facebook Live.
All right, we got one of our special guests, the one that tried to break all the attendance records a few months back. I promise you that we're gonna have Lakia back from DFT to give us an update, and so here she is. Tanya's gonna read a little brief bio because y'all know who she is, but we're gonna introduce her anyway.
Well, not everybody, but we're going to introduce her to a few more folks out there because she's a very, very important person. We got Lakia Wilson. She comes from a long line of educators. She's serviced students of all ages, first grade teacher, elementary, middle school, and community college counseling. Lakia is a lifelong Detroiter with a bachelor's in elementary education from Eastern Michigan University and a master's in counseling from Oakland University. Working 22 years with Detroit Public Schools, she's experienced firsthand disparities in education. In 2016, Lakia and the American Federation of Teachers created a mini documentary sparking national and international outrage. The catalyst causing Ellen DeGeneres to donate $500,000 to Spain school. Bravo! Lakia has served on many coalition, school board, and city council candidate screenings and has been featured on media outlets, local, national, and international. Currently, Lakia is Executive Vice President of Detroit Federation of Teachers, a Vice President of AFT Michigan, and an adult education instructor at the Detroit Reentry Center Prison. Lakia is an active member of Deliverance Center Outreach Ministries, Rising Sun Grand Chapter, OES, and Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Lakia is a newlywed and a mother to 4-year-old Noah. And her favorite quote from Malcolm X, education is the passport to the future. All right, everybody, let's welcome Miss Lakia, Mrs.
Hey. Where your co-host at?
Michael, which one? Michael or Noah?
Noah.
He's here. So there may be a commercial. Let's just call it.
All right. And see, we read your original bio from back in August. Is he 5 now?
He's 6.
6. Damn.
Wow, damn, do fast.
I know.
All right. So we gonna jump on in. How you doing, Lakia?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing real good.
Wonderful,
Doing real
wonderful.
good. Yeah, we know. So as we talked earlier, we said we were gonna have you back on to give us an update on how things went. Because when you were on before, we were in the middle of some crazy stuff, still trying to
Yes.
figure out what we were going to do. So, if you could go ahead and give us an update, let's start right there of where we are with the school system and what you guys think is going to happen and what you want to happen.
Here's that commercial. Hold on.
All righty then. There's a commercial break because our sponsor decided to come on in and say, "Hey,"
I know.
but we're back.
We're back.
All right.
Okay. So you asked about an update
Yes.
regarding where we are with schools.
Yes.
Of course.
Okay. We are prepared to return to school fully in the fall.
All right.
Yay for that.
Right.
Yes. Our union made sure that all teachers were eligible to receive the COVID-19 vaccine in the first round of vaccines that began in January.
Okay.
I will volunteer my information. I went as soon as I could in February for my vaccinations.
Mm-hmm.
And we are working on doing something that we've never done before in the district, which is continue to provide online instruction.
Okay.
So there will be an online school that Detroit Public Schools Community District will offer starting in the fall. So some parents will still be able to take advantage. They will have to apply. Our members will have to apply as well. So teachers who may have immune compromised systems or have taken a liking to this online platform and instruction they are able to apply for that as well.
Okay,
Cool,
wonderful,
cool.
wonderful.
So I guess for those who want to continue that way, and I'm sure there are quite a few, there's a benefit that came out of this madness.
Yes. Um, Online instruction has worked for many of our students and many of our teachers. Some have fallen in love with it. Some students who were struggling in the classroom
Mm-hmm.
found themselves doing better online.
Okay.
Some teachers created a whole new toolkit, so to speak, in terms of how to differentiate instruction,
Okay.
and they
That is
just they love
wonderful.
it. And so it's good that Detroit Public Schools Community District is able to offer this vehicle because we're behind the 8 ball. Many charter schools already have online K-12
Okay.
instruction going on. So it's about time that we enter that arena.
Right. That's
All
right.
right, that is amazing.
So then, although the transition wasn't smooth, at least in the beginning, you see it being a productive year, school year. I'm assuming.
I'm going to say yes, because even when most of our students and parents and educators decided that they would remain home for their own personal safety,
Mhm.
there still were students and educators in the buildings.
Okay.
So there was still face-to-face instruction going on. Now, when the city closed us down, then we were all home. But once the city opened us back up, the schools opened back up and resumed face-to-face instruction.
Okay.
My child has been in first grade all year online. And this has not been a wasted year. Trust me, I know.
Mm-hmm.
He has made tremendous leaps and bounds over this year and a half.
Okay.
So he only had a half of year of kindergarten. And then the other half was online. And then this entire first grade year has been online. It has been hard.
Yeah.
I have had to step in the kitchen and cry because it's been hard trying to stay with him to make sure that he attends the task, because he's 6.
Yeah.
Right.
And he would
Right.
have Paw Patrol and Mighty Mike and Incredibles in his hand, right?
Uh-huh.
But I'm also trying to work too.
Right.
And so it just has been difficult, not just for me, for all of our parents and all of our students. And I can only imagine what it's like to have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 children
Right.
that you're trying to maintain. So this has been a good year. Our teachers have put forth the best instruction that they could possibly provide to all of our students. And again, we will admit that it has not worked for some.
Right.
Some students who typically were doing well kind of fell off.
Yeah.
They need that face-to-face. And so we admit that, but we have to stay focused on the main thing, which is guaranteeing that everyone is safe. And we were just in a different place, right? So when the pandemic began, there was no vaccine and everyone was vulnerable.
Right.
And so now we're at a place where our members are being vaccinated, and our students are now being vaccinated, ages 12 and up.
Right.
And so we're just in a different place. And most folks are ready to come back. This online instruction has some wear and tear on it.
Yes, it does. Well,
The optometrists are doing well.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. You see the blue in my lenses. So
Yes,
right. So, but I guess the beauty of the bad situation is that you were able to see firsthand the effects of the pandemic in education. So you weren't going to battle on what you heard about. You were going with what you know about.
Absolutely. And Damon, let me start with, initially the district wanted our members to be online and provide instruction, seamless instruction. From the time school starts until the time school ends. And that was just not humanly possible.
Right.
And our parents stood up, our members stood up.
Yes.
It just could not be done. You needed a break from the screen.
Yes.
You needed a break from just sitting. It's unhealthy to just sit for 7 to 8 hours. And we talking about COVID, what, 15? I might say 25, 30. You know, this has been a very trying, very hard situation for teachers and students. And so we had to ask the district that we needed some asynchronous, what we call asynchronous instruction, where students are expected to log off and then do homework, or log off and do some iReady, some instruction on another platform. So that kids can get a break, and so that the members could get a break.
Right. And that's a good idea, because even in the classroom setting, you get those breaks of some side, even if it's going from subject to subject, you get those kind of breaks, because grown folks' attention span ain't that good.
Right. You gotta have lunch. You gotta have you have to have a breakup.
Right. Because I know when I was still working before I retired, my people couldn't sit at the computer screen doing their job for all day without a break. And I don't mean the regular scheduled break, and I don't mean lunch. I mean taking a break. And even when I was working at the screen, I had to get up and walk around. So yeah, I'm glad it worked out. Let's put it that way. Did they saw where there was a need to do the asynchronous learning?
Yes.
So bravo.
Yeah,
So,
but you bringing that up, I wanted to ask just about the vaccination. Now, what percentage of the students and faculty have to be, before we start that next school year, vaccinated?
That's a very good question. So currently, our members are not required to be vaccinated. However, to return to work face-to-face, they must submit a negative COVID record. Yeah. So from their doctor or from CVS that they've had a COVID test and it is negative. So that's the only thing that's required right now. The vaccine is not. So, and just to be completely honest, our members did not want to share their information with the district. They didn't know what the district would do with it.
Okay.
And so we created an incentive for people to supply that information just so that we could know.
Right. Exactly.
And so members, if they want, and it was not required, if they wanted to submit their vaccination record to the district, they would receive a monetary compensation.
Okay, can I submit mine? No.
If you work for the district, absolutely. And several thousand have submitted their vaccination record. Now, to sort through that, to flesh that out, because of several thousand have, but that also means secretaries and parapros and engineers. Okay. So we haven't quite fleshed that out to that percentage of DFT members, meaning teachers, counselors, social workers, nurses. We haven't quite sorted through that. Also, we need to take into account that some of those folks are retiring. Yes. So those numbers are soft.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Because I was reading about all the schools that are down south and out west that'll probably be opening up at the end of August, and they needed a percentage of their children at least vaccinated, by July 1st. And I was like, that's going to be a little iffy too.
Yeah. Yes, it is. And vaccination is not required for our students. We know that many of our parents opt out of the regular vaccines, the rubella and the diphtheria. Many of our parents opt out of those vaccines, so they definitely will opt out of the COVID-19 vaccine. They can do that for the state of Michigan. Just submit a waiver. We have those waivers in the school for those parents.
Right. And I'm gonna say this. This ain't endorsed by you or DFT. I'm just gonna say this. As many people that have been vaccinated with the minimal amount of problems, if you will, it amazes me that people still think that there's cause to not get vaccinated.
Damon,
I know.
this real talk, right?
Yeah.
This real talk.
That's right.
So now I was one of those folks that said,
I'm sure you were.
I am not getting that vaccine, and then I created my own excuse.
Mm-hmm.
I'm allergic to eggs. However, I'm intelligent enough to know that, okay, Lakia, just educate yourself. So I attended some webinars that were put on by Delta, by the Detroit Alumni Chapter of Deltas. Okay. And I listened to the webinar, and I was still, kind of on the fence. Mm-hmm. And I said, I'm going to go to one more webinar and just listen to these doctors and just hear them out. Mm-hmm. And that last webinar, it just hit me right here. And what resonated within me was the doctor said, we will ask somebody for a Motrin. Folks will smoke a blunt. People will get a diet pill. Mm-hmm. But they're scared of this vaccine. And when he said that, I thought about me at work I got a headache, right? And I'm looking for somebody with a Tylenol and etc. Right. You really don't know. I mean, we really take some things for granted, right?
Right.
And so at that point I said, ooh, Lakia, just, listen a little bit more. And they said 100% of the vaccinated people, none of them passed away. They may have contracted COVID, but they did not pass away. Whereas we know that we're at 600,000 Americans have passed away due to COVID and complications of COVID. So that was it for me. Mm-hmm. I can't, make excuses knowing that I'm looking for somebody's Motrin 800 or whatever it is while I'm at work. And I have a 6-year-old and I have a husband. And so I was the first in my household. Okay. And Michael told me he wasn't getting the vaccine. I said, okay. And in my head, I said, okay. And I just kept on. And a dear soror, she called me. She said, I have a few. She's a doctor. And she said, I have a few vaccines left. Do you know somebody? I said, I sure do. And I was right with Michael. I said, Michael. And so he got his. Mm-hmm. Now he was on the fence. But again, when you're talking about survival, right, and who wants to be here after this, and our heart breaks for those people that contracted COVID in the onset. They did not have the ability to be vaccinated. Right. And so I said, who am I to just let this opportunity to go by me? You hear the conspiracy theories, but I'm listening to doctors that look like me. Right. Doctors who participated in the creation of the vaccine who look like me. Yeah. And so why wouldn't I trust them? Mm-hmm. And that's what moved me off the fence. And because I was moved off the fence, it motivated my husband to get off the fence.
Because he knew how detrimental you were.
And I pushed everybody in my family. Yeah.
Well, look, my brother got his first. He works at a Ford hospital. He got his first, and then somebody. But I know several people, guys I golf with, that got the vaccine, and all of them, none of them grew extra ear or toe or anything. None of them got sick. Some of them had a little side effects, but nothing serious. And so after that, I said, okay, well, what am I waiting on? Because we spend most of our time listening to people who have the only degree they have is the degree of I heard somebody say. That's what they got the information from. Somebody said. They don't have any background, any medical background, and they're saying what ain't good for us. But when the people who got the background say it is good, we don't listen to them. And the people who are talking about, well, they experimented us with Tuskegee. Most of them saying that wasn't even born then. Don't have a clue. They just heard about it. They don't know anything about it. So So for me, it was
Not,
easy
and
decision.
they don't recruit. They just ask now people when they want to research. They just ask people to volunteer. They don't go through
Yes, they
and focus on one community or one race. They
no.
just ask people to volunteer.
Right.
And it
Yeah.
was easy for me to convince mine because I'm like the favorite, uh, the favorite
Yes.
auntie, the favorite. What's they? So it was kind of easy, and I just let them know. Look, God works through medicine, science, and
Yeah.
miracles.
Right.
So
Yes.
it's like
Right. Right.
so
So
I was
Yes.
convinced after that myself because I was really sick and I didn't want to feel like that again.
yeah.
Yes.
Right. Right. So what else we got to look forward to in the coming school year? Is there anything special you can talk about?
So we are we're working on mitigation strategies to because just people think that because the masks are off
Right.
that COVID is over, and it is not.
It's
And
not.
there are variants that are here now, and there are still, as you said, Damon, quite a number of people who have not been vaccinated, and
Mm-hmm.
especially our children.
And
So
they
we
wearing
still have to be
masks.
careful. We still have to hold up the banner to the district that we want to maintain those mitigation strategies. We want to keep 6 feet of social distancing for our children.
Mm-hmm.
We want to see the CARES Act money that the district is going to receive,
Yes.
over $1 billion.
$1
We
billion.
want to
Yes.
see our buildings repaired, proper heating and cooling and ventilation and
Right.
windows.
Right.
This is what we want to see because it is going to outlast me and you and everyone else.
Right.
So we want to see those dollars well spent on our facilities. We also want to see our staff being prepared for trauma
Mm-hmm.
when our students return, when our adults return. We're all
Yes.
affected
We're
Right.
all affected. Yes.
by COVID. And so
Mhm.
we need to be prepared for trauma response. We need to have more mental health professionals.
Yes, we do.
So we're looking forward to improvements in our buildings around the district. We're looking forward to this online school that the district is going to have,
Mm-hmm.
K-12. And we're just looking for an opportunity to reimagine and reinvent school now that we've been out of it. This is an opportunity for us to create something just a little bit different.
Mhm.
People want to get back to the way things were, but we don't, because who's to say that the way things were before were good?
Right.
Yes.
Well,
And
a lot
so-
of them weren't.
Yes. And so this is our opportunity to really be inventive and do some creative things when we come back. So we are in negotiations. We're negotiating about 3-4 contracts right now. And I am still at work before the holiday. Let me add that too.
Yeah.
But we are working on an online school contract as well as a 3-year contract.
Okay.
So we've seen Dr. Vitti increase salaries for our beginning staff, but we want those staff that he recruited in with a $51,000 start. We don't want them to leave in year 2 and 3,
Right.
as the data is showing currently in this district. We
Right.
want them to be committed. We want them to stay,
Yes.
to be 20 and 30-year veterans of this district, not leave and come back. No. We want them to stay. Our children need them.
I know,
And-
because you know what, Lakia, Damon, I mean, he went to elementary school. He grew up, got married, had children. His children had the same teachers that he had.
Yes.
And they graduated. And they
Yes.
graduated from the school and the teachers was still there.
Still
I
there.
was
Isn't
like,
that beautiful?
that
Right.
is just amazing.
Okay, now I got a question for you, and I don't know if you are able to answer this question, but I'm going to ask it because somebody typed it in. I'm going to ask it, and they want to know, who would you contact to find out about transferring Ohio teacher certification to Michigan? Is there a person they would contact?
So there's someone from out of state that wants to transfer into Michigan.
Into Michigan, yes.
Michigan Department of Education, MDE, is that body that reviews certification. Michigan certification is respected everywhere and has reciprocity pretty much in every state. So because I'm teacher certified from Michigan, I can pretty much go to any state. and that is because our institutions have such highly reputable and rigorous programs.
Okay.
The universities and the colleges here in Michigan.
Yeah.
Not so much from the other states, I'm sorry to say. And so Michigan is very selective in offering reciprocity with other states. So we can go anywhere, whereas those coming in may have a little bit of difficulty. They may need a class or two. But MDE, the Michigan Department of Education, is definitely that body that would accept certification. And if you apply with the district, with Detroit Public Schools Community District, and you're certified elsewhere, the district will assist you as well, because we need you.
Okay. Okay. I hope that answered their question. I hope they were still listening. Thank you for that. And so excuse me. You see, it was something I was going to ask you about, something else, and that threw me off. So you were saying, were you through with that point you were making about the trauma in all the preparing for the coming year? Because last week we had we had somebody on who was a former, well, they still do work, but they were former counselor psychologist with the schools, and they have a program, Wishing Well, where they go in and help kids who have dealt with all kinds of trauma. Yes. And they go in and try to help them deal with that. So they work with a particular school. I can't think of the school now.
Yeah, they were working with a couple of schools.
So we know, and it's funny. It's a good topic right now. How much that trauma weighs on the children and the teachers and the administrators and everybody else associated with the school system, because trauma is trauma, no matter how old you are.
Right, and then and we have lost so many people. So
yes,
definitely. These children are traumatized. They may have lost mothers, may have lost relatives and stuff that they were close to and who were mentors for them. So, and like you said, with teachers dealing with the loss of husbands and friends and what's that. Right. So, yes, it's going to be a very traumatic time, like you said, when they return.
And if I can ask this question, again, any question I ask, you don't have to answer, because I know you have certain restrictions on what you can say. Was there any type of number that was given on teachers that may have been passed away due to COVID?
We don't have a good number, and I don't want to give an estimate and it be over or under, because then that's disrespectful of the deceased.
Sure it is.
But we have lost quite a few members, and not just DFT members, members of our brother and sister unions, our clerical, our paras, our engineers, our food services, our bus drivers. And so, yes, we have lost quite a few members across all of the 8 to 9 unions in the district.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, because that alone should make people be serious about about what's going on, because like you said, it's still going on. It ain't over yet. It ain't over. It's slowing down, but it ain't over. So
right.
So I'm gonna ask you about a couple more things about school district, and then we're gonna segue away like we did last time.
Okay.
Give her a break. Yeah.
Talk about something not that ain't business related, right? So you got that going on, and so is there any? I know there's a hiring thing going on for the teachers. You just touched on that a little bit. How from your aspect, how does that look right now?
So we are expecting roughly 100 of our members to retire, and so that will create roughly 100 vacancies. We are in this new contract. We are reaching some new class size limits.
Okay, good.
Class sizes are way too high, especially if you want to maintain those mitigation strategies. So in order to lower class sizes, you have to hire more teachers.
Right.
So we're hoping to bring in more than 100, actually 300.
Okay.
Now, how successful the district will be determined by compensation.
Yeah.
And not just not just be getting salary compensation.
Right.
It has to be, because people want to stay. Who wants to move school buildings, let alone school districts?
Right.
And especially if your heart is with Detroit, you should not have to leave in order to make more money.
That's right.
And we shouldn't, and we tired of begging. But that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story.
Whole nother story.
But that's what we're here to do, is to advocate so that the pay is competitive and comparable to our brothers and sisters that are working outside of Detroit and doing a whole lot less than comparing to what we're doing.
Yes.
And we're making less and they're making more.
Right.
And so we have to right that wrong.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Yes, without a doubt. Without a doubt. I'm going to ask you something that got nothing to do with nothing. What that shirt say?
It says a little bougie.
Oh. And that ain't the rapper, right? That ain't the rapper.
No. You know what? People have this, and I don't know where they get it from, because clearly they don't know me.
That's
but
right.
People have this perception that I'm unapproachable, and I probably do have some bougie ways about me, but I tend to think that I am one of the most down-to-earth people that you will ever want to meet. And case in point, I went to a birthday party on Sunday, and as I was leaving, it was a group of young men. They were in their 20s, and we just started kicking it. And we talked for about an hour. I didn't know them. They didn't know me. And at the end, we were all Instagram buddies, and we were just talking like, we so glad we met you. So I don't know where people get it from. I don't know. But I think that once people talk to me one-on-one, then they're like, oh man.
It's probably them glasses in that shirt. It's them glasses in that t-shirt.
Definitely that shirt.
Yeah.
Well, look, hopefully it will deter the ones that we don't want to be.
Right.
Look, you better come all the way. Correct.
But I mean,
Michael agrees with this shirt.
I'm sure he does. I'm sure, and he know.
Yes.
But she the only person that I know
They don't think I'm that.
Well, no. That you ain't necessarily got to know them to know that they all right. They friendly.
Yes.
Yeah, she about the only one that I really know, because, you can be a little much.
Isn't he something?
Yes.
He had no complications with getting you to come and sit at that table, right?
But we know each other.
Hey, I'm here.
Right, but we know each other.
He already know that.
Yeah, we know each other. It's like I'm not gonna say I'm the easiest person to get along with.
Oh, he definitely ain't.
Especially if you don't know me.
I do have high expectations, and I have them for everybody.
Right.
I have them for myself. And so I think that adds to this whole, aura, like, she thinks
persona.
But no, I was raised with high expectations. I'm gonna give you this. I was dating somebody that my mother did not like, and this was many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And she did not like this young man. And I asked her, why was she always against everybody I was dating? And I asked her, why do you have me on a pedestal? And she said, you should be glad that I have you on a pedestal. She said, most parents do not have their children on a pedestal. She said, they don't talk about their children because there's nothing to talk about. She said, I'm proud of you. And this is why I don't like so-and-so.
I know that's right.
That turned it all the way around. So again, I was raised with high expectations, and I have them for everybody.
That's right.
Even the 6-year-old.
That's right.
And that's right. That's right. Ain't nothing wrong with having big dreams and high expectations. Because if you don't have them, ain't nobody gonna have them for you.
Right. And I just like to do things right in order. And that's just it.
And I like you say, I like people to be, I like people to be, to treat me like I treat them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's just like.
Okay, I got some more questions for you.
Okay.
The first, the person who asked the question, my cousin Topeka, she said, I'm still
She's a new
listening.
teacher.
I'm still listening, so she heard it.
She has a daughter.
She, your daughter.
My daughter
Yes.
is a new teacher.
We got a question. Is certification required to be a substitute teacher?
No.
Okay.
Certification is not required to be a substitute teacher. We do have various levels of substitutes. We have retirees, people who retire from the district. They want to come back and work and make money.
Mm-hmm.
They just love it. They retire too soon and they come back. But no, certification is not. And we do have programs in place. And we do now have relationships with Wayne State University to help folks who want to be certified to get certified with tuition assistance.
All right.
So, and that's our pathway program. The state of Michigan grants a temporary certificate to those individuals that agree to return back to school, work on their certification, and teach at the same time.
Okay.
Oh, okay. You know what? That probably what I was interested in doing because, like I said, I went to Eastern, graduated from Eastern, Michigan, and I was a teacher. I know, but I was but I said I was student teaching. I started out teaching. Then I was like, I did not like the classroom at all. So then I ended up, working for Blue Cross. But then, now that I'm retired and I've been working with the after-school program, tutoring, I was like, maybe that's something I need to look back into, especially since, he went back to school for ministry. And I was like,
Yeah, I'm in school right now.
Yes, that's good. That's good.
So I was like,
it's rough.
All I can do is take a couple of classes and get recertified.
So I got another question. I got another question for you.
Okay.
If teachers who left the district wanted to come back, would they have to recertify or would the certification still stand?
As long as their certification has not expired with the state of Michigan, all they have to do is reapply with the district and come back.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm. Good question.
Yeah. We got another question to comment. Eyes wide open. Right. So it sounds like the folks is asking questions, and I want to thank you. You gave them answers to their questions.
Good.
Because one of them they ran into a brick wall trying to find out about that transferring thing, and you gave them a place to go to get it, at least to find out.
Yes.
If nothing else, to find out what's going on. So I like that. So we're gonna transition away from the school thing, unless you have something else you want to add about the schools.
Oh no, I could talk about school all day, all night. We can go ahead.
I know.
What are the kids looking for now that they're getting this big CARES Act and you get more money for the students? So
They want
materials. Yeah.
They definitely want materials. They want to see some of this digital toolkit remain. They enjoy some of this online stuff that folks have been doing.
Right.
And so they want to see their classrooms transformed, and they deserve it.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
Right. Because some of these kids, they have friends who go to other school districts, go to schools in other districts, and they see and they talk about all the stuff that they have. That they have, and Detroit school kids like, what? We ain't got that. Why we don't have that? So it's good. It would be a great thing for them to be able to get that. Oh, I know what I wanted to say earlier. The big talk out of Washington is all about infrastructure, and they were fighting against the president because some of the stuff in his proposal was not what we traditionally call infrastructure. But the stuff that you laid out earlier is, if that's not infrastructure, traditional infrastructure, I don't know what is.
Yes.
So for those who may be at odds with us doing things to help people socially, they shouldn't have an issue with the stuff that you just said.
Exactly.
Huh?
I said exactly.
Right. Yeah, they should be all in. They should be running with the checkbook to take care of that stuff, because it's been far too long. And it goes back to the issue you had over at Spain, and Ellen came in with the cavalry to try to do some stuff over there. That this problem. So how long ago was that?
That was roughly about 6 years ago.
Yeah,
okay.
2016.
Yeah, okay, 5-6 years ago. So, but and to now it still hasn't changed, and those problems occurred over a long period of time. So that needs to be a grade A number one priority to get that stuff done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when is the district going to be in this position again where they will have over $1 billion to make some of these changes,
Right.
drastic,
Right.
critical, life-saving changes that we need in the district?
Right.
Essential. Lansing doesn't understand. Lansing doesn't understand that we may lose an instructional day because it's 95 degrees outside and 60 of our schools do not have air conditioning.
Right. Right.
And those buildings are big and they're well constructed. That concrete is serious.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when it's warm outside, it's warm in that building, and
stays
the heat just
there. You like can't get out. Yeah. Yeah.
And I've been in the classroom where you have to turn the lights out and children are panting. Yeah. And then you have nosebleeds.
Right. Right.
And children need their inhaler.
Mm-hmm.
And so they can't relate to that because they've never experienced it, but we have. Mm-hmm. And no, we shouldn't have to work in those conditions, and children most definitely should not have to learn in those conditions. Right. So again, we're looking for improvements to our building, something that will last, something that everyone can benefit from. I really could give a stank about a job, an administrative job. Mm-hmm. I really want to see our buildings improved.
Right.
Period.
That's right. That's right. And it's funny, with all that's been going on over the last year, especially year and a half, especially, but it's been longer than that. How some people don't say they don't want to be held to called to bear for what happened in the past, if you will. Well, with this racial division stuff, and so they don't want to be held to account for what their ancestors did, but they want to hold the schools to account for something that happened years and years ago. And in fact, nobody's involved in the school system had anything to do with this condition of these buildings now. Mm-hmm. All those people are gone.
Yes.
But they don't want to understand what you guys are saying now. The new bucks, the new kids on the block, what y'all saying about stuff needs to improve, because y'all not looking through a lens of it used to be. Mm-hmm. Y'all looking through a lens of what it should be.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because you don't know what it used to be because you wasn't there.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I know, but but you don't because you weren't there. So right. So yeah, they need to get with the program without a doubt.
Yeah.
Right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna you through the school.
Nice young leader. All right.
Right. That's right. Well, we so proud of her.
Yes, we are.
Oh, thank you.
Because every time you turn around, she on TV giving it to him. That's right. That's right. But giving it to him nicely.
Yes.
That's what I like. Yeah. Giving it to him nicely. The bougie coming out.
Shoot, these millennials and stuff and Gen Zs, they cutting up now too, so they
right.
making sure.
Right.
Yes.
That stuff is gonna be done.
Right. So my other question for you is, what's going on in Delta world?
Oh, okay. We are still digital, online. Mm-hmm. Of course, our convention would normally be coming up this summer. However, it is going to occur in the fall. It is going to be for delegates only.
Okay.
And then everybody else online. We have not come back to anything face to face. Delta is not taking on that liability. Do you hear me? They wasn't allowing nothing face to face.
Okay.
And rightfully so. Yes, that's pretty much where we are. We are gearing up for the fall. We have an annual Shred Day, Detroit Alumni Chapter. We partner with AARP. And there is no limit. Just fill up your car. I know I did it. Everybody got that mail that you may like you're going to shred and then you don't. And the bags just pile up.
Right.
So we have an annual Shred Day in September. And then in October, we have a Trunk or Treat. We had Trunk or Treat during the pandemic this past year.
Okay.
And people just drove by and we kind of tossed the candy. Literally. Throwing candy in people's cars, but we've still been committed to service and scholarship, giving out scholarship. I mean, just doing everything that we would normally do, just at a distance.
Okay. Okay.
Wonderful, wonderful,
Right.
wonderful.
Because I wonder how that was going to work out. But and when you said that the shred day, I remember because you were on in August, wasn't it? I believe it was August that you were on.
So, yes, I was, and it was coming up.
It was coming up because I remember you mentioned that. So stuff's still going on. I like that. I like that.
You would not believe how popular a shred day is until you see the cars lined up down 7 Mile. And these aren't just members. This is the community.
Mhm.
And people really appreciate being able to come and bring their laundry baskets full of mail or whatever it is that they need shred. So
Right. Well, I mean, they send you so much junk mail that has your address and name on it,
yes.
and all those credit card offers you've been accepted. There is information on that mail that is pertinent to you.
Yes.
And so there's a potential for something to happen with your identity, if you will, if you don't dispose of that stuff properly. So
Yes.
yeah, so that's good. We need that. Y'all are too far away from me. I just use I bought me a shredder.
Well, no, other associations do that too. 'Cause I know Blue Cross had a couple of times a
Yeah.
year. They
Right.
do it.
Well, that tell you how big
These
it is.
community centers out here, because they got one coming up too.
Right, that tell you how big a deal it is.
It is
There's
important.
so many organizations are getting involved in it, and I know they do it out here for the seniors.
Mhm.
So yeah.
And they continually running scams, so we
Yes.
have to be, up on it.
Right.
Yes.
So how's married life?
I am fastly approaching
Right.
1 year.
Right.
We got married right in the pandemic. It was outdoors, and it exceeded my expectations. It was beautiful.
It was.
We just did not have a reception, so we are in the middle of printing something to all of our guests about our reception that we're finally going to have in
Okay.
2022. We really did not like the numbers, even right now.
Right.
And so we said we would just give it 1 more year to settle.
Okay.
And so 2022, please watch your mail. We are having a reception. We're already married. So
That's right.
it's going to be a straight up
Parfait.
Yeah,
That's
no, that's right.
Yeah,
right. And what's a marriage without a reception?
that's right.
I know we really want to celebrate with you guys.
Yes.
Right. Well, look, I ain't gonna ask you something your mother never told you. We already did that. and I know you haven't thought of anything else since then.
Yeah.
Look at her. Oh, well, maybe she did. I don't know.
Well, we definitely enjoyed this moment with you and that update. I'm sure everybody was looking forward to
Right,
that.
without
you
a
know what I'm
doubt.
saying? Because it's just
Yes.
I
Right.
mean, because we love our children, and you know what I'm saying, and a lot of them were not able to graduate. Like the ones that do
That
it
first
now
year,
that's
yeah.
opened up. So it's like, it's such a relief. It just gives us so much relief.
Right.
And we just
So
You know what, Damon? I do have something my mother never told me.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
My mother never told me that I did not need to shop and accumulate so many different clothes and shoes and purses. And I get my shopping habits from her.
Right.
mine too.
She definitely never told me to slow down. This pandemic, though, has definitely opened my eyes that I don't even wear a quarter of what I own. And it is a sin and a shame the way my closets look, the way my shoes are stacked up like the back of Macy's. Have you ever peeked in the back of Macy's and see how the shoes just go up the wall?
Oh,
It's ridiculous. She never told me that because she was a shopaholic.
Right.
And I do the exact same thing. If I like something, I'll go online, I'll order it. And so this pandemic has taught me, get rid of that
some
stuff and
Look.
stop buying all these shoes. Stay out of Village Shoe In.
Listen. If she
And
had
I know,
if she-
I'm not gonna don't even call your name.
Right.
Thank you.
If your mother had told you that, you wouldn't have listened to her. No way. Don't even try it. But this one right here, she gets rid of her old shoes
Oh, does she?
to make room for the new ones.
To make room for my new ones, yeah.
Okay.
Right. So and I ain't look. I ain't gonna hate on you, cause one thing that this pandemic taught me is that men can shop at Amazon and everywhere else online too. Cause I done bought me 3 or 4 new. I done bought a couple new suits, a couple new blazers, some new shoes, some new gym shoes, new pants,
So
shirts.
have it.
I have the one jacket blazer I just wore Sunday because church opened back up, so I wore it. But I got a whole lot of stuff in there that I have not worn because there was nowhere to go to wear them.
No.
And then I found because this summer's been so warm, I probably won't wear some of the stuff until the wintertime, hopefully. But I've gotten to the point now where I don't have to wear a suit everywhere I go.
Yeah.
And I got a closet full of suits.
Yes.
So
I'm continually weeding, and my closet still look the
her
same.
closet look the same. It don't like it's been changed at all.
That's because I haven't gotten rid of stuff again.
She
but
got a bag sitting right over there by the door, stuff to donate. And
I
her
haven't
closet don't look
donated.
like her closet doesn't look like anything gone.
And that perpetual bag that's just, I'm giving this away. I'm gonna take it to salvation, and it has not moved.
Has not moved
Yeah.
yet.
And my mother would say, "I'm gonna do better," and don't.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. I'm not even gonna tell that lie.
But I'm like, you, Lord, forgive me, because
I'm
it
not
don't even make
right.
no sense.
I'm not gonna tell that lie.
All that stuff.
I got a drawer. I redid my golf apparel. I probably have about 50 golf shirts, about 15 pair of golf pants, and about 30 pair of golf shorts.
Wow.
I just bought 3 more pair of shorts.
He got way more golf clothes than me.
And I got enough that I could actually not wear something different every time I play.
Wow.
Because I'll probably get about 40 rounds in a year and still not wear stuff twice.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a problem for everybody. Everybody
Yeah,
got that.
yeah.
Everybody got the shopping
It's
disease.
a problem.
I'm not alone.
You are not
No,
alone.
you're
It's
not
a
alone.
whole. It's several ships
You're
of
not
us.
alone.
Believe me.
Not alone. And so I'll ask you one more thing. We started a little late, so we got a little bit more time.
Okay.
Anything happening new on the OES front? Or the Eastern Star, for those who don't know.
Good question. The Eastern Stars are preparing for a convention. Our jurisdiction is preparing for a convention in Puerto Rico
Yeah.
within the next few weeks.
Yeah.
This will be the first convention that I have not attended in 20 years. So it's been a long time. However, I just can't fathom putting when I return, putting my family at risk after being around all those people and then having to come back home to Noah. Michael is vaccinated, but Noah is sick, so
Right.
he is not.
Well, you
And so I just can't do that with good conscience.
right. And I don't know what the procedure is for now for vaccinated people, but I know when you leave the United States shores, even going to Puerto Rico, which is we own them, but the testing that they make you do is ridiculous.
Yes.
You have to have a test to get on the plane. You have to be tested when you land.
Yes.
And then within 72 hours of leaving, you have to take another test. And then when you land back here, you have to take another test.
Yes. See,
That's-
I'm not.
That's a lot of sticking
Not
stuff up your
all of that.
nose. Yeah, that's a lot of sticking stuff up your nose.
Yes.
That's crazy. That's good. Might as well stay home. If we
Yeah.
gotta go through all that, we might as well stay home because I ain't
Right.
going. I ain't
No.
going.
No.
Yeah, and then with, like you said, with the Delta variant on the rise,
Yeah.
it's just too much.
Well, the good news is, as of right now, they're saying
Yeah.
that if you have the
Fully vaccinated.
fully vaccinated, you should be protected against that.
That's good.
That's what they're saying. As late as today, they were saying that on the news. So
Yeah, but CDC still said they recommend any closed areas.
Well, that's
that
because
you
the reason why they said that. She was on later on today, right before we came on, and she said because, we got some more stuff for you. No more question, but I'll say this real quick because there are people out there who playing like they've been vaccinated that haven't been.
Yes.
There are people who have only gotten one shot and didn't go
Yes.
back and get the second shot. So that's why the CDC said what they said.
Okay.
She said what the
Wow.
woman said today
We're
on
gonna
the
make
news.
clarity. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. We got a couple more for you.
Okay.
How do you apply for substitute teaching? Do you know?
Go on to the district website, www.detroitk12.org. That's www.detroitk12.org. And there may be a tab for departments, and then you're looking for human resources. And once you get to human resources, you may see positions, or I'm not sure of the wording that is on there because I'm not looking at it right now.
Right.
But you're going to look for job openings, and there should be a substitute pool. So once you pull up all of the positions, substitute is definitely on there.
Okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one, they want you to go back over the Shred Day information again.
Shred Day will be in September. Is typically around the third Saturday in September at the Detroit Alumni Chapter headquarters, DST DFI, at the corner of Grand River and 7 Mile.
Mm-hmm.
And I can get you a flyer very, very soon. And then I don't have to be back on it unless you want me to, but at least you can share it with your viewership.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
So hope y'all were listening and got that information. Y'all asking a lot of questions. But anyway.
Hey, it's that cute not knowing.
Right, that's right. It surely isn't. It surely isn't. So is there anything else that you'd like to share with the folks on anything? Oh, that was a big wide door open up, huh? I see your eyes bugging.
It was. I'm taking some classes. I'm always taking some classes.
Mm-hmm.
I am working on my terminal degree, so give me a few more years, and you can invite Dr. Wilson-Lumpkins on your show.
That's right.
And, I should be done.
There you go. Sounds
wonderful,
good. Sounds good.
Wonderful. That's right.
Right. Well, I guess I ain't the only one, huh? But I ain't going for that because I ain't that far along. I ain't that far along.
Mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Right.
I mean, like you said, it has proven over and over during this pandemic. Everybody has been very creative, and it's just been mind blowing for me.
Right. And so, go ahead.
I thought originally I didn't want a doctorate. I don't need a doctorate. I'm so close to retiring. My retirement date is June 30th, 2022, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
Only because I bought 5 years, and this is my 24th year in education. Okay. So I could retire next year. I'm not, though.
Okay.
But because I know that I am at the end of my career, and I'm not near 50, what am I going to do after this? Mm-hmm. And so I do have some plans for after this.
Right.
So when I do walk away, I do need that doctorate. Okay. So I'll be ready for Lakia 2.0.
Well, I'll tell you, because when you retire, if you plan it right, you do whatever you want to do.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna be doing whatever I want to do.
Whatever you want, because I need
those credentials to do it.
To do it, that's right, and that's the planning for it. To know what you need, and have a plan to get it. Because I'm fairly certain that you probably getting some assistance with your classes. I don't know. No. They ain't going like that.
I'm paying. I can't take out not now one more dollar for student loans. I'm paying.
No, I mean I thought they might have did a tuition assistance program or something, but I guess not in the position you in.
The district only does. Yeah, I made too much. The district only does the tuition assistance for those who are not certified at this point. Okay. Those who are seeking certification.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, but I'll tell you, I do more now than I ever did when I was working.
Yeah.
Ever did.
And he's trying to bring me along with him. I was like, no, this is lifetime vacation for me.
You're on vacation. You on vacation. You only got to come in on Wednesdays.
That's good. That's good.
All right. That's only come in on Wednesday and stay in the bed all day if you want to, every other day. And get up and play golf on Tuesday mornings.
Prerogative.
And Wednesday. So while she talking, she living the good life.
Yes, I definitely am.
But that's
unapologetic.
Unapologetic. So that's the thing. You plan out your retirement and you get ready for whatever it is that you got planned because now you working for you when you retire.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
So,
I can't wait. It's
so
gonna
you
be good too.
right. So you know you're gonna do it right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
And that's
learning
like,
from I'm learning from you, Damon, and I'm learning from so many people that are already retired. And I will say I often feel like a junior in high school that's friends with all the seniors, and all the seniors have graduated, and then it's just me left. Like I feel like that because my friends are retiring and I'm still working, but I'm watching them. And I'm taking good notes at what they did with their money and what they did career wise and what they're doing in their leisure time. I have a good blueprint.
Okay.
Wonderful,
Well, there
because
you
I'm
go.
like you. Look, I ain't working for money, but I'm letting my money work for me now.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's what it's supposed to do.
Yes.
All right. So
Oh.
we ain't gonna hold you no longer. Give you one more chance. Anything that you want to talk about?
I was like, she ain't in no hurry to get back to work, is she? No, I forgot she ain't
Right,
retired.
'cause
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
The commercial,
yeah.
of course, you can see he turned the lights out.
I know. Yeah, he tried to tell you it's time to go through.
That's the commercial.
That's right. That's right. All
We
right.
sure do love you. We sure do
Excuse me.
appreciate
Yes, I love you all too. Thank
Right.
you for having me. Whenever you want to hear some good DFT stuff,
Right.
that is okay.
Well, you know.
He wants to be in the camera.
That's right. We'll get him on in there.
Yes, but I'm very leery of him being on camera.
Yeah, I got you.
So,
I got
yes.
you. I got you. Well, look, there's always something going on in DFT. So we'll be reaching out to you at any time.
Probably when that school starts, y'all can get to rolling a little bit.
Yep. And at any time,
contract that we will be ratifying once we TA it, tentatively agree.
Right.
Okay.
Right. And if anytime you think that you have something that would be of interest that you want to share with us, then you can reach out to me as well.
Okay.
You know.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, so we can do it like that, and we'll make you our inside source.
Okay.
And as Tyrone always say, ain't nobody with us listening. All right, Lakia, you take care. Love you.
Okay.
Okay, love you too.
Virtual hug.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.